All right, so many of the, I guess for lack of a better term, the Republican establishment sort of stepping back from Donald Trump, the likes of John McCain, Senator Ben Sasse, I could go on and on, saying, you know what, no, goodbye, you're not our guy, can't even support you, don't know what we'll do, but we're not going to support you. Others going so far as to say we got to find an alternative to Donald Trump. Maybe it's Mike Pence and all. Enter Tony Perkins, President of Family Research Council. You know, to get his support is a big deal. Donald Trump got that support, but it does come at a time when many evangelicals in general don't know how to wrestle with this situation. So good time to ask Tony how he does. Tony, very good to have you. How do you feel about all this?
Thank you, Neil. Very troubled, Neil. This obviously is concerning, disturbing. Not surprising, though. I mean, this stuff about Donald Trump was out during the primary, you know, his interviews with Howard Stern. I mean, this is why I was with Ted Cruz in the primary and campaigned with Ted, because Ted and I share a common faith, and we both seek to live according to the Scripture's teachings. We both love Jesus Christ, know Him as personal Savior. But look, it came down to a choice in this general election between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And as I have said many times, what brought me to the point of supporting Donald Trump was not shared values. I'm not going to try to cover that up. We don't share the same type of values. We don't see the world the same way. Although we do have some shared concerns. We have concerns over the Supreme Court and the next president, what type of justices they'll appoint. He has said he will appoint pro-life justices. Hillary Clinton, her first campaign event after receiving the nomination was with Planned Parenthood. She's made very clear, the party's platform is very clear, that they want to force every taxpayer to fund elective abortions. We look at national security. Donald Trump has said he's not afraid to call out who our enemies are. And then, of course, he's made a big issue of religious liberty and freedom in this country, which, if we continue what we've seen in the last 8 years under Barack Obama, we're not going to have religious liberty in this country. So,
well, Tony, have any of your followers been dissuaded or concerned? I mean, what if there are more tapes that are released, as some have intimated, and even more embarrassing or compromising language used? Do you stand by them? You just say, all right, we might not click over the messenger, but we like his message.
Well, I mean, at this point, I mean, realistically, there's not another option. Ballots are out. People are already doing early balloting. I mean, this is, we have what we have. And I'm not going to seek sanctuary on the sidelines and say, you know what, I can't do anything about this. Look, we can hold him accountable as we go forward. Can't do anything about the past. Can't do it, don't like it, it's distasteful. I wish it hadn't happened, but it did. The reality is what we have to deal with is the present and the future. And I can guarantee you what we'll have under Hillary Clinton. It will not be a government that evangelicals and other Americans who love their freedom will enjoy or prosper under. And so this is what we have, Neil. We got to make the best of it. Is it something we would prefer not to be in, this situation? Absolutely. But we're here. We have to deal with it.
If, as a man of God, there is the eye for an eye argument, and that if it is raised tonight, he can always respond to Hillary Clinton by saying, whatever I said doesn't match what your husband did. I think you get the gist of where this could go. Where this could go.
Wrong answer.
So how do you?
Wrong answer, and
how do you recommend? How do you think you should handle it?
Well, what I've communicated is that he needs to own this. He needs to take responsibility for this reprobate behavior, this wrong behavior, this immoral behavior. He needs to own it and say, you know what, that I did.
And don't come back at her and leave that out of it. Just move on.
Leave that completely. Right. This is not about Bill and Hillary. This is about Donald Trump. The American people are a forgiving people. He needs to ask for forgiveness and say, you know what, I have made mistakes like this in the past, but here's my commitment to you and to God. I'm going to do my very best going forward to live in a way that does not dishonor this office or dishonor the American people.
Well put. Tony Perkins, President of Family Research Council in Louisiana. Thank you, Tony.